Welcome back, history enthusiasts. Today, we are delving into a topic that is sure to captivate your curiosity: the Nuremberg trials of top Nazis. Join us as we uncover the untold facts surrounding one of the most significant events in human history. From the shocking revelations to the gripping testimonies, this video will provide an in-depth exploration of the trial that brought justice to those responsible for unimaginable atrocities. Make sure to stick around until the end to discover the surprising aftermath of the trials. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get started. The Nuremberg trials of top Nazis. Uncover the untold facts, the seeds of accountability. Imagine a world devastated by the horrors of war, where millions of lives were lost, and the very fabric of humanity was torn apart. In the aftermath of World War II, as the dust settled and the survivors tried to pick up the pieces, a question loomed large: how could those responsible for such heinous crimes be held accountable? The answer came in the form of the Nuremberg trials, a series of military tribunals held in Nuremberg, Germany, between 1945 and 1949. These trials sought to bring the top Nazis to justice and shed light on the atrocities committed during the war. They marked a turning point in the history of international law and set a precedent for future war crimes trials. The seeds of accountability were planted long before the trials began. In 1943, the United Nations War Crimes Commission was established to gather evidence and prepare for the prosecution of war criminals. It was a monumental task, given the vast scale of the crimes committed and the difficulty of gathering evidence in a war-ravaged Europe. As the war drew to a close, the Allied powers, the United States, the Soviet Union, Great Britain, and France, agreed to hold trials to bring the perpetrators to justice. The Nuremberg trials were unique in many ways. They were the first international trials of their kind, held in a neutral location and presided over by judges from the four Allied powers. The trials were not without controversy. Some argued that they were victors' justice, a way for the Allies to punish their defeated enemies. Others questioned the legality of prosecuting individuals for crimes that were not recognized as such at the time they were committed. But despite these criticisms, the trials went ahead, and the world watched as justice was served. The Nuremberg trials were divided into several categories, each focusing on different aspects of Nazi crimes. The first and most famous trial, known as the International Military Tribunal, dealt with the top leadership of the Nazi regime. 22 high-ranking officials, including Hermann Göring, Rudolf Hess, and Albert Speer, were charged with crimes against peace, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The evidence presented during the trials was staggering. Witnesses testified about the systematic murder of millions of people in concentration camps, the forced labor of prisoners of war, and the destruction of entire communities. Documents and photographs provided irrefutable proof of the Nazis' genocidal policies and the scale of their crimes. The Nuremberg trials were not just about bringing individuals to justice, they were also about establishing principles of international law. The prosecutors argued that individuals, regardless of their position or nationality, could be held accountable for their actions under international law. This concept, known as individual criminal responsibility, was a groundbreaking development in the field of international law. The trials also set important precedents for the future. The concept of crimes against humanity, defined as acts committed as part of a widespread or systematic attack against a civilian population, was codified during the trials. This opened the door for future prosecutions of individuals responsible for similar crimes. But the trials were not without shortcomings. Many lower-ranking officials and ordinary soldiers who had participated in the Nazi regime's crimes went unpunished. The focus on the top leadership meant that countless others escaped justice. Some argued that the trials should have been more comprehensive, encompassing a broader range of individuals. Nevertheless, the Nuremberg trials achieved their primary goal: to hold the top Nazis accountable for their crimes and expose the world to the horrors of the Nazi regime. They served as a reminder that no one is above the law, no matter their position or power. And they laid the foundation for a new era of international justice, where individuals can be held responsible for their actions, even in times of war. As we delve deeper into the untold facts of the Nuremberg trials, we will uncover the stories of those who stood trial, the challenges faced by the prosecutors, and the legacy of these groundbreaking trials. Stay tuned for part 2 as we explore the individuals who faced judgment and the legal complexities that unfolded in the courtroom.